Donald Trump's visit to the United Kingdom has been a blender of worship by the hospitable royal family and humiliation orchestrated by the inhospitable citizens. And in today's breaking story, his newest Jeffery Epstein problem comes with a surprising and deep UK connection, and I have all the details for you next. Let's begin this report with some highlights of that blender of worship and humiliation that has been playing out, and then I'll share how Jeffrey Epstein somehow joined his best friend, who he shares a wonderful secret with, on yet another plane ride.
I've covered a lot of royal events, a lot of state visits over the years, but for American presidents, other foreign leaders. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite on the scale that's being rolled out here for President Trump, and that is a mark of the respect, I think, that the UK has for the United States. This is really quite exceptional, and I think that, I'd like to just put that on record.
Hey, Piers, I'm curious. I know in the UK, everything is about protocol. I don't think I've ever witnessed American president and first lady. They were extremely chatty immediately there. Right. Normally it's very strict and everyone is standing for the photo. Is that because of that prior relationship or just the respect they have for him?
Well, I think, A, they know each other quite well now. And I think, secondly, I spoke to one of the people that you've just seen with the president. I won't say which one it was, but one of them told me, one of the royals, that they love him coming into town.
There's a darkness coming. It's already swallowed America, and now it's coming for us too. In 2019, we protested against Donald Trump, and we thought if we shout loud enough, maybe he'll go away. Now he's back, and the fight for our future comes to Parliament Square. The establishment is rolling out the red carpet for Trump, all while he funnels wealth to billionaires, funds a literal genocide, and is spreading global fascism. And to honor him now is to normalize all of that. And it drags us further into the abyss. We can see where all of this is taking us. We are already on that road. We have racism off the leash up and down our country, hate preachers driving mobs down our street. People, it's time to get real. A government that will bow down to Trump and to racism is one that will open the door to fascism. We've got to show them Britain will never bow to fascism. We do not bow to Donald Trump. We've seen the future that they have lined up for us, and we say that. We are making our own.
As you saw, the ghost of Jeffrey Epstein haunts Donald Trump's every move, and the Brits are so good at piercing his thin skin with public demonstrations and their unique brand of outrage. And in today's news, he has delivered more Epstein fodder. Trump biographer Michael Wolff broke it down on the Daily Beast podcast.
What better day to announce this news than on the day when you are literally projected, the face of Michael Wolff is projected, I think it's 200 feet tall, is that possible? On one of the turrets of Windsor Castle in the remarkable guerrilla movie of Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump on the side of Windsor Castle for Donald Trump's visit.
I would have said that Donald Trump can't escape Jeffrey Epstein, but possibly he can't escape me either. Trump, who has had enormous difficulties principally escaping the Jeffrey Epstein story, was looking for this trip and his appearances with the royal family and this white tie dinner that the king is throwing for him to overshadow his problems. The difficulty he has run into is that last week the Prime Minister fired the UK ambassador to Washington, Peter Mandelson, and he fired Peter Mandelson because it has come out that Mandelson had a very, very, very close relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. It began in the birthday book, and then there was a leak of emails which Bloomberg got. Trump went around saying to aides, why couldn't they wait until after the trip? This is just going to remind people of Epstein, and then Epstein. It has come out that Mandelson had a very, very, very close relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. I should point out, not as close as Donald Trump's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, but nevertheless a close relationship with an email trail documenting their friendship.
And it came to light in the birthday book, right?
It began in the birthday book, and then there was a leak of emails which Bloomberg got, and no one seems to know quite how they got this leak of emails. But there was Mandelson talking to Epstein and basically saying, you know, I support you and you're going to get through this. And notably, if this had happened in the UK, no one would have ever thought anything of it. You would have just it wouldn't have been an issue in the UK. Peter Mandelson got hoisted on that, and he was fired, plunging Donald Trump into something of a rage with Keir Starmer, the UK Prime Minister, because Trump went around saying to aides, you know, why couldn't they wait until after the trip? This is just going to remind people of Epstein, and then Epstein. He repeats. Well, Trump is famous for this, for his repetitions. But whenever Epstein comes up, he seems to repeat it 3 times. So
as if it's some kind of voodoo.
Yes, it's his mantra: Epstein. And it's haunting him. And so here he is in the UK. Mandelson has just been fired, and it's the big story in the UK. And of course, there's a further backdrop to this, which is Prince Andrew was brought down by Jeffrey Epstein. Ghislaine Maxwell, who's a Brit, is imprisoned because of Jeffrey Epstein. And here Donald Trump, Jeffrey Epstein's again, and I think we have to continue to repeat this, Jeffrey Epstein's closest friend in life, Donald Trump.
It has been reported that Donald Trump, of course, has met with Mandelson on multiple occasions. That is important context for what you're about to see. Watch as a British reporter confronts Trump with the elephant in the room, and the Donald instantly incriminates himself by impulsively and awkwardly passing the buck to British Prime Minister Starmer.
The elephant in the room, Lord Mandelson, he is no longer the ambassador. Do you have some sympathy with him that he lost his job over historic links to Jeffrey Epstein? Thank you very much, sir.
I don't know him, actually. I had heard that, and I think maybe the Prime Minister would be better speaking of that. That was a choice that he made, and I don't know. What is your answer to that?
Well, I mean, it's very straightforward. Some information came to light last week which wasn't available when he was appointed, and I made a decision.
Thank you very much, sir.
I don't know him, actually.